All right, it started on a bad note, but thankfully at T, the Edgbaston test is still very much alive because Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja, they've got a crucial unbeaten or unbroken 74 run stand as of
26,
now.
no?
Sorry, 76 run stand, and at one stage India were reeling at 98 for 5. So they had lost half their side for 98 runs, but thankfully Rishabh Pant and
Ravindra
Ravindra
Jadeja.
Jadeja,
What a salvaging act by the two of them.
absolutely, they've saved India the blushes as of now, but still,
Plenty of work still to do.
exactly. So I think India should be targeting somewhere close to 300 runs. I know I'm at this stage I'm being
Optimistic, but
over
I think
optimistic.
that's necessary.
Yes, because at Edgbaston, that's going to be the mantra. Because if you're batting first, put 300 runs on the board, then you have a chance of maybe making a match out of it,
Yeah.
or even winning a match.
Yeah, because we know that today is probably arguably going to be the toughest day to bat.
Yes.
As the test match goes on, it's going to ease out the pitch. So you want to be putting some runs on the board. Otherwise, the English batsmen, the way they are, no matter how good your bowlers are, they will be fancying their chances against them.
Absolutely. And in Test cricket, Rishabh Pant, in fact, if you see both these batsmen in the last 1.5 years or 2 years, both Ravindra Jadeja and Rishabh Pant, they perhaps have been the most successful batters for India.
In Test cricket,
Yes,
yes, they've
and-
been truly very, very consistent.
And it's a famed batting lineup where you have Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli,
Even the current
Cheteshwar
11,
Pujara,
Pujara.
Ajinkya Rahane. Not just this current, in the last 2 years,
Few
all the
years,
batsmen
yes.
who've played. So Rishabh Pant, and the good thing about Rishabh Pant is the impact. Today also, see the scoring rate. I think they've got 76 runs. This partnership is of 76 runs, and they must have consumed how many? 80 odd deliveries at most.
Yeah, Pant, in fact, when he got to his 50, was batting a strike rate of 103.
See, so Pant got his 50 of almost a run a ball. So that actually also that does not mean that he went into his shell, because that allows the batting team also to apply some pressure on the opposition, because if you're not scoring runs and you've already lost 5 wickets, that puts you in a lot of pressure. So
But there also you would have to question England's tactics. Two left-arm batsmen,
Yeah.
and you're bringing on Jack Leach at a
Yes.
time when the pitch is not really doing anything.
True.
And you're sending him out there, and you know for a fact both of these batsmen, very good players of spin, they are going to take on someone like Leach, who is, as we know, he's a test match bowler. He's not going to be giving
Exactly.
variations or anything of the sort. And on this pitch right now, not going to find anything. So I didn't understand that tactic.
And-
But of course, full credit to Pant and Jadeja the way they batted.
Actually, Shane, I was surprised. The moment Jadeja came out to bat, they had Leach operating from one
exactly.
end. So I was very surprised that Rishabh Pant and Jadeja, both of whom would fancy their chances against a left-arm spinner.
Yeah.
And what they did, they
They threw on a
introduced
left-arm
Jack
spinner.
Leach. Although that was a risk or a gamble that they wanted to take, because they had that cushion of 5 wickets. That
But it
had-
didn't pay off, and they kept going back to that well. It just made no sense to me.
How did Shreyas
What
Iyer
happened to
get
Virat
out?
Kohli? Was it unlucky? Was it what was it? Explain the Virat Kohli dismissal.
This one was unlucky.
Which one was not unlucky? This
know-
one was unlucky. He's trying to leave the ball and
Yeah, to an extent, this was unlucky, but still, there was an error of judgment. There was an error of judgment. Because I was looking at some of the graphics that the broadcaster showed. All the deliveries just before the one that got rid of Virat were a little shorter. This was pitched up, and Virat had a long stride. So the moment you take a long stride, and you're trying to leave the ball, your bat will be a little low, and that's what it took an edge and went on to hit his stumps. But still, I would say it was unlucky. What is not unlucky is when you edge one down the leg side and you are caught, by a leg slip or a wicket keeper down
wicket-keeper,
the leg side.
yes,
That is not unlucky, to be very honest. And
no, they say
who got out?
I tell you why they say that's unlucky. Because that's an easy four.
Yeah.
But sometimes it goes extra fine and you get caught. So that's why people say,
This,
oh,
to be fair, didn't
bad
really
ball.
go extra fine. Billings took a very
No,
good
no,
catch.
no, not this one. I'm saying down the,
cold-
leg side.
Ah.
Down the leg side. Not whenever you're
This
talking
one?
about the unlucky.
Was Shreyas Iyer unlucky?
No, they set him
No,
up.
he
Because-
shouldn't have touched that.
Exactly.
Because there was a leg slip there.
He shouldn't have touched
They
that.
set him up entirely for that.
Yeah.
And
You were. What were you thinking?
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. For Virat Kohli, when I say it was unlucky, the manner in which he got out, I think it was also embarrassing the way he got out.
Why embarrassing?
You don't get out like
It's not
this.
embarrassing. Just like some.
You don't get out like
No,
this.
that's why unlucky. That's why unlucky. Embarrassing.
I'm
would have been-
saying-
you know what embarrassing is? A short ball, you're trying to fend it off, touches it,
And
and
goes.
you have
Maybe-
no clue how to play. that.
Maybe embarrassing is when he
That
was
is
trying to
embarrassing.
leave the ball and the ball just hits your stumps.
That also
Yes.
sometimes is embarrassing. You're trying to leave and it.
That is
comes
also an error of judgment.
Yes.
Yes.
But this one not embarrassing. This
Shreyas
one
Iyer.
unlucky. I agree. Shreyas Iyer
Short ball.
should have left it. Again, no, that I don't think was mainly because should have left
It was
it.
short.
But can I tell you what was most interesting about Shreyas Iyer's dismissal? Just after he got out, they cut to Brendan McCullum in the
Yes, exactly.
dugout, and he
I
was
told you.
smiling.
Baz
This
knew the
was
trick.
the plan.
Baz was like, I know.
Was the
Because
plan.
Baz was his coach when he was captain.
Just recently.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So they planned it.
And also mentally also psychologically also
It's in his head at this point.
They played in fact with his mind with Shreyas Iyer just putting a leg slip over there. So even if it was of no use, Shreyas Iyer would have been thinking there's a short
No,
ball
but
coming.
all the more reason he should, when he knows there's an exit, not go
Exactly.
for it. But then again, maybe that's a technical issue with the batting where he cannot find
It is.
another way.
It is. There is a technical issue, and
Indian rupees.
should not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now Boom as captain if he wins this, or else accept. What is? I can't understand the question.
It's not
Okay.
a question.
Okay.
Said, people wanting Rahane as captain after Gaba,
Are
forgetting that.
VK had plenty of wins before that. VK is in Virat Kohli.
Yeah. Who demanded? I don't think so. That anyone demanded that.
Rahane becomes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think-
can I just tell you one thing? I don't know what he's referring to, but tell me one thing.
It could be she.
Yeah, actually.
Aradhana. Okay,
Yep.
sorry, I didn't see that. No, I'm just saying I didn't see the name. My point is that tell me one thing. When Ajinkya Rahane helped India win that, after that, did anyone say that Virat Kohli shouldn't come back as captain? Can you think of it?
No, I don't
So I
recall.
don't know what they're referring to. Please also, after when, in fact, if you remember, all of us here even discussed when he gave up Test captaincy that he shouldn't have given Test. Right?
True.
So I
Including
don't know.
us, including
Yes.
people, including journalists, including
Whoever,
board,
yeah,
including the
so-
selectors, everybody.
Yeah.
And I think what Aradhana was also asking or saying was that if Bumrah actually wins this test match, would you call for him to continue as the Indian?
No, when Rohit comes back, he should
Exactly.
be
I remember
Simple.
Rahane after that win in Brisbane, he said that, he admitted that, this is Virat's team and once he's back, he'll take over the reins. As simple as that.
Simple. AB Sam from Australia. Still feel India should have gone for Gill at 5 against New Zealand. All the experts say he's suited for the middle order. Iyer just doesn't give any confidence at all. In fact, just to talk about that subject, see, at this moment, Gill was your option to open, so there is no talk about it. But in the future, we have discussed it on Sports Today previously as well, that Gill is going to be a middle order batsman in the future. And I interviewed Gill before the IPL, in which I asked him, would you be looking at batting in the middle order? He says, I'll bat anywhere so that I get a position in the test squad. You can see that. So, I don't know. Is there anything surprising? But by the way, one thing I will say, that you're saying Iyer just doesn't give you any confidence, which he could be entitled to. But I'm just saying that we are being a bit impatient with him. Everyone we give some chances.
Absolutely.
So, let's give him also some chances.
What is the option that you have if you...
Go back to Rahane?
Yeah.
No?
Shobham's we missed. Unless it will come here. Does it come here as well?
You can scroll up and find it, I think.
Don't want
Yeah,
to.
and...
Shobham just sent you a question like that.
And today,
we missed your-
Sam, you didn't have too many options. As it is, you had a makeshift opener in Chiteshwar Pujara. Then who could have been your other opener? Mayank Agarwal was the only option and he just had 2 practice sessions. So Soban Sai. Soban says, a few days back, everyone said Pant is getting behind for wicket keeping position. Okay, so basically he's saying he's falling behind in the pecking order as a wicket keeper. But these kind of test performances make Indian management helpless. Okay, by his basically
Again,
Test performance.
you can't confuse formats there.
no, but
Yeah.
what he's saying, I think what he's saying is that Rishabh Pant in Test cricket is different from Rishabh Pant in white ball cricket, and on the basis of his Test performances, he gets an edge in white ball cricket also.
But is that fair?
But that happens. But that happens. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
No, of course it happens, but
It
again,
happens. In fact, sometime if you remember, there was this talk when Hanuma Vihari wasn't picked for the South African tour. There was a talk that because he was not visible in the IPL, sometime it was a different format. So outer side, outer mind.
That is what
sort of a
Sunil
thing.
Gavaskar
Yes.
said.
So and which could there could be merit in that. So if that's the case, but again, I don't think you should confuse formats.
Exactly.
Pant in Test cricket, I think one of the biggest match winners India has got.
in
But-
ODI, in white
But
T20,
in white ball, he's fighting with DK, and that's a close fight.
Yes.
We'll see who wins that
Yes.
for the spot in the playing 11.
Harshit Sharma is saying Anderson is bowling so many overs. Out of 35 overs that have been bowled so far, he had 15.
Yep.
Just play Broad and Anderson carefully. We can score big.
I
Because-
mean, Potts got 2 wickets, so I
no, but
disagree with that
he's
statement.
no, but he's right. Actually, Anderson has bowled all. It seemed
He's really bowled like a workhorse
non-stop.
today. Yeah.
But
Rain
Shobhan-
delay.
yes.
He got that nice little rest time.
So far in these 35 overs, there have been 3 breaks. Yeah, right.
Not
First,
3 breaks, so a very extended first break.
right.
Yeah.
Could have been equal to 3 breaks.
Yeah, but what a bowler, yeah.
Anderson, no? Absolutely.
And Potts is dangerous. That ball to Vihari.
Vihari, the way it jagged
But
in.
you, please,
No, I thought Vihari could have done better than that.
a very tough ball.
No, but
From
could have
there, from that length coming in, na?
No, but
I know he could have, yeah.
it could have been a bigger
That
stride.
could have been,
It could have been a bigger stride. He could have. Don't get me wrong once again.
But
But
get you wrong. If you
I
say
thought it was a defensive mindset. You know, to me it seemed as if he was that intent was a little defensive. Had he gone for a shot, or he could have easily defended that.
If he was
That's
playing
what I
quicker,
think.
I think if his
But-
trigger movement was a little quicker.
But for me, watching from here, from our office in Noida, in Delhi NCR, and telling that Hanuma Vihari
But
could have
what is
done
new
this.
about that? We do it all the time. So don't ever shy away from telling.
Yeah.
We do it.
That's our bread and
continue.
butter.
We've even
Yeah, yeah. But by the way, I know that's not, again, I'm just pointing out, that's not just in the world of sport. Like when you're looking at news channel also.
Yeah.
People sit anywhere, there's hangama happening in Mumbai, sitting in Delhi, the sofa, have no idea
he will
about...
be the chief minister. He
He
will
will
be the chief
be the-
minister.
so-
And suddenly,
Same
Arey,
thing.
Shinde ji is the chief minister.
Same thing. So it's nothing unusual. Same thing with people when they write film reviews.
Yeah.
They have never made a 5-second film also, right? But they have the right. But there's nothing wrong in it. That's what critics are for. That is what journalists are for.
Okay,
They're experts in their domain, and so they have the right. So please continue with Vihari.
Again, don't get me wrong. This is a question by LAS or IAS.
IAS.
Don't take the other name because it is IAS Rahul. Maybe he is IAS.
He would be most likely. There's no other way you'd be keeping that.
So he's saying Kohli is not unlucky because it is totally an error of judgment. Sixth stump ball. No, but
No, but he was
but
leaving
he was
it.
leaving
He
it.
wasn't playing it.
He was leaving it.
Had
Sixth
he been
stump.
playing fishing outside, then
Then
it
it's
was
all
okay.
different, man. And then that.
I know why you picked the comment. So he's
No,
endorsing
that's
your-
what I was saying. You know, okay, let me take another. Okay, he's saying heal myself is saying Sarfaraz would be great as a year.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, again, the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, you look at him in the future,
Yeah.
but suddenly
out of nowhere, you just bring in someone just because. Yeah, no.
Okay, Harry Fantastico is
Harry
it's
Fantastico
been
is a
after.
regular watcher.
Yeah, but I think
he's coming after a long time.
After
yeah.
a
Yeah, he
Very
sent
long.
us a lot of comments today.
Okay, this innings from Pant is testimony of why Pant should open in limited overs as he gets value for shots in test due to field settings or field restrictions, whereas in limited overs he doesn't get
Good
that
point.
value.
Very good point.
Very valid point. I
Oh,
agree.
we've said it many times. Harry Fantastico
You
is a
have
regular
said it.
viewer. He knows sports today. We've said it. Get him
the
to open.
arrow thing
What
is
is
not
this?
working.
Manfool, Bishnoi, Manfool. What is M?
I have no idea.
It is actually not working. I think.
Yeah, we'll just have to scroll.
Okay.
Old-fashioned
I
style.
think Virat Kohli looked convincing in
Yes.
his 19 ball innings.
I think
And isn't
there
that
was
like
nothing.
a-
He was not getting
It was good
hurried
jitters,
or anything.
yeah.
Yeah. Really fine. Just that one.
Then again,
thing.
of course, saying that
One-
someone looked convincing in a
One
19 ball
inside,
innings.
one inside edge that went to the boundary.
Yeah, just one.
A
That's
few
okay.
down the leg side. Yeah, he was convincing.
Vihari looked jittery
He
in
looked-
the beginning, started looking better
And-
till that
and then
time
ball
we
of the
got that
century.
ball of the century.
No, not
ball of
Hanuma.
the century.
Ball
Ball of the
As
century
it's
was to
hyperbolic. It's
Ball of the
hyperbolic.
century was Pujara.
That was. He gets a fair few of them.
Yeah, every now and then. Okay, with KL Rahul and Rohit coming back, will they bench Pujara and Vihari? Pujara for sure, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Pujara should.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Unless he
Don't
does
you think
something massive in the second innings.
No, Pujara for sure.
Sushil Dhote. So it's a valid point. I also agree. Don't you think that bowling to left-handed batsmen is a bit difficult for Anderson or any other bowler compared to right? Can we check records? Okay, we'll check the records, but maybe.
Actually, no, this is valid because even
For
of,
Anderson.
of the two of that bowling pace duo, Broad has a much better record against left-handers. So it's not entirely wrong.
True. Okay, will this be the last innings for Pujji? Bhanu Sharma is asking you.
Could be.
Possibly.
Will and could.
I'm saying could.
He's saying could. He's saying possibly.
Possibly.
This is two different ways.
Test cricket in England is the best thing to watch. Desh Patil.
It is, it is. It's a different joy
But
watching.
why is there not a full house at the moment?
I think it is.
I saw MTC, but I think it'll.
Also because
with
it's a
time,
Friday,
it'll-
they want
Maybe
to-
Yeah, maybe
Saturday, Sunday though.
Tomorrow, I think we're
Chalk
expecting
up.
packed houses.
And also
yeah.
they want to maybe they want to see Johnny Best too.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
But I want to
Yeah,
see.
you're
how
not
these
talking
guys
about
play.
Ravindra Jadeja though.
Oh, I had said pehle when he walked out. I said this is the time now. Partnership coming, incoming and loading,
Bas, chalo.
and
But-
it was incoming loading.
And the good thing about Jadeja was he was absolutely sure about where his
Yes.
off stump was.
Correct.
Look at the number of leaves, and he was so very confident leaving all those deliveries.
Yeah.
Not once
He
it
didn't look
seemed
phased at
absolutely not once it seemed that he wasn't sure about his off stump. The number of balls that he just let them go. Jadeja is solid. Akash.
Very
Jadeja.
solid.
Anyone in top 4 of India can score century in second innings?
They can, but top 4. Anyone can. Virat can. Shubman can.
Gill.
Pujara can. Never know.
Can.
Can.
Pujara's last test century came in 2018 or 19. I think Sydney test.
Huh.
2019. Virat's last century came in
2019.
2019 November. Rohit unfortunately is not there.
Can they said? Can they score a
KL
century?
Rao. No, can to Shardul
Yes.
Thakur also can score a
Yes.
century.
Maybe he might get one.
He might just score a century.
See, also one thing you mustn't forget, we're looking at the Indian batting a bit critically, but also this is the first, usually you see the first test match in Sena countries, they find it a bit difficult to get going. So second innings, you expect them to do better. The only point here is, I don't know whether that practice game that they played, they
Helped
could
them
have
much?
been,
Yeah.
I don't know, could have played a proper practice game rather than a fun for all, bat this side, bat that side.
Bat
Maybe
once, bat
something
twice.
that
saying
they
it
could
was
have
fun
looked
for
at.
all.
It was fun for all game because you were sending 2 guys the same innings. Someone's got out for
Ruined
a duck
everyone's
to go back.
scorecards.
Though Jadeja will disagree. He'll say, "See, I went out to bat second time and I got double batting practice. Look, I'm scoring runs now." Could say that.
Rishabh Pant is this is Supriyo Sarkar is saying Rishabh Pant is like that boy whose parents think he will crack JEE and he cracked NEET.
Yeah, that's a good one. Neat.
Yes. No,
Smart one.
what he's
Both
trying to say,
engineering.
people would have thought he'll do well in white ball cricket, but
And
he's done well in
another.
test cricket. But by the way, he's not the first example. A lot of players that
Sehwag,
people
Warner.
thought that white ball cricket
Yes.
they'd be very good, but they turned out to be very good in test cricket. Sehwag, Warner, yeah, absolutely.
In fact, Sehwag told Warner that he would be great
Yeah, yeah.
in red ball cricket.
Yep.
Acha, at lunch we were 57 for 2.
Yes.
But that was early lunch.
Okay, 90 we were 93 for 5.
I think so. Yes.
At that time, if I would have asked you, how much do you think India can score?
at 9-3 for 5.
5.
200 at most.
Yeah, I would have also picked 200.
And now?
At
You
least.
think India can still go past 325?
I think they can get to 300. Anything after that is a bonus.
Tough. Tough
300
even
is
now.
still a possibility. 350, 325 types, yeah, I don't know.
No. I'm
The
going
way-
at best
the way-
250.
Rishabh Pant especially is batting.
No, but
if
then
he
again,
can
one
just
wicket
carry
now.
on. Yeah, I understand. If he can carry on, because the good thing about this pair and this partnership is that they've got runs. They've scored runs. It's not that you've lost wickets and you haven't scored runs. So at least you're not, the pressure entirely is not on you. You are forcing Ben Stokes to think about his bowling changes. Where can I get the next wicket from? Not from Jack Leach though. At least
No,
so far.
no.
You never know. That was
For
a
tailenders, he might come in handy.
Jack
Not now.
Jack Leach.
Maybe, I don't know. I think they'll use him. And again, we're only looking at the first innings.
Yeah,
Spinners might
exactly.
come in handy at the second
Yeah, I think-
innings, so we'll have to wait and watch for that.
Akash Bhardwaj is saying, how do you see Ashwin's exclusion now?
I to said we should play him. I'm not.
But considering the situation that India is in right now,
So next he would have been coming out to
You would
bat
have been
next.
coming after these two, no?
Yeah.
So Shardul's
Will I'd be
position.
happy. I don't think Shardul also guarantees you a lot of run. Yes, he had that good inning in Australia and in England. I agree. But then that one of good inning even Ashwin could have played. I'm saying as a bowler, Ashwin would have been much more deadlier. You could use him at any point, and that you'll be bowling last. So I don't know. I think it's a poor call. How many people have reacted to it?
and
Actually, besides Vaughan, no one.
No, I heard David Garr, I think, on the broadcast.
Or is
say
it?
yes.
Because I couldn't find anything
Yeah,
what people were saying.
He said. So Michael Vaughan has said that.
and also
Shocking.
considering not just the left-handers, Ashwin has that ability to bowl well against the right-handers also. Left-handers,
Oh,
he
yes.
he
Loves.
loves to bowl, but even against right-handers, and their informed batsmen are all right-handers. If you see Oli Pope, Joe Root,
Bairstow.
Bairstow. And
Yep.
Ben Stokes also you can learn, but he is effective, very effective against left-handers also. But still, I think considering the situation India is in right now, I think in hindsight now, I think it was a good call. Good call in the sense, fair call.
We'll know.
Exactly.
Let's see Shardul's performance in this test match.
No, he irrespective.
I think they will miss Ashwin.
Irrespective
but,
whether-
but again, as someone pointed out, I know that they can even use Vihari with the spin. But
Off
again,
spin.
not the same level of
Obviously.
bowlers. Yeah, what Ashwin can do.
Obviously.
Sometimes Ashwin can be effective without the condition being helpful.
Yes, Ronak, we did speak about that
Joe Root and
that
Baz.
reaction and gesture from Joe Root after they got Shreyas Iyer. Is Hanuman Vihari suitable for number 3? Siddesh? Question mark is asking.
I think so, yeah, because you tried him earlier. He's done well. Again, I think he's reaping benefits of being that workhorse for the Indian team, the guy who put his hand up in tough situations
position.
every
Yeah.
time. So I guess, so you may decide, I'm not convinced in the sense I think he's the best number 3 that you'll have, but I think he'll get a long rope. Maybe if going forward in a few more series he doesn't perform, then you might look at a youngster coming in, but I think
Okay,
they will
but
stick.
tomorrow if Rohit and KL Rahul both are back, then
If
you
Rohit and KL both are back,
Shubman comes to bat at number 3.
it'll be a tough call.
It'll be a tough one.
Yeah, but could be. It's a possibility.
AB Sam is back.
Who would you have in your Indian Test 11, Pant or Dhoni? I don't remember Dhoni's impactful inning in Test as compared to Pant, especially in Sena. AB Sam, I said this
a-
2 years ago. Pant has had far more impact than MSD in Test cricket.
That's cricket. Yeah.
I'd have Pant any day, just on the performances. White ball, exactly
Different
the
bat.
opposite.
Exactly. Yeah.
Test cricket, Rishabh Pant.
Nikhil may not even pick Rishabh Pant in his 11
White ball.
in white ball. Sorry.
In white ball at the moment, it's looking tough because of what DK has been doing. Wudu.
And because
not
his form is
ODI
very
so
poor.
much actually. T20s.
T20s for sure.
Shivam, I don't think
can take his comment.
any
Read
of
it.
us would agree with you.
Yeah.
But still, if okay, Shivam Johar is saying Vihari. Okay, Vihari is hyped. Oh, I read it. Virat is hyped.
No, he said
Sorry,
Vihari.
Vihari is hyped as he only scores after his catches are dropped. you can see all his big innings.
We have to check that, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm saying again, he's not
He's not
guaranteed
played in-
himself a place in that 11, but I'm saying also don't pass a judgment as in he's done.
Yeah, but how much has he
Exactly.
played in number 3? He's played every position.
And you've not, to be very honest, you've not given him a fair, consistent run also.
Yes.
See, in India, you don't play him.
Yeah.
Okay, overseas where the conditions are pretty dicey for the batsman,
You
for the
throw him into the
subcontinent.
deep end.
Exactly, and he's not even sure of which position he's batting at.
Exactly. He's been shuffled and dropped.
Exactly.
Shuffled and dropped.
So,
it's
so
unfair.
one day you don't have an opener, Vihari,
Vihari,
go and
go
open. One day you don't have a one down, Vihari, you number 3. Then number 5,
Five.
number 6. And then when it comes to scoring runs, when you think that, oh, today we are batting against Sri Lanka, we are
At
batting
home.
against New Zealand at home, we are batting against West Indies at home, we are batting
There's no
against,
Vihari?
There's no Vihari.
Okay. But you have to feel for him at some level.
Exactly.
He needs a more consistent
Hanuman
run.
Vihari is a little, it's a very, anyways.
Be careful with what you say.
Sorry. Oh, by mistake. Hanuma Vihari. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you tell this to...
I'm not saying anything.
Pant should be... okay.
What a shot.
Okay. The play.
Is this begun? Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll take your leave now. The match has... the post-tea session has started. We'll be back after the day's
Days
play.
end. Yes.
And hopefully with
Good news.
some good news. Chalo, see you. Bye-bye.
Vanakkam.
Bye-bye. Vanakkam.